Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Dachsbun, and this Pokemon is going to be a very strong Pokemon. It's going to be the best Charmer in the Open Great League currently, and so a very interesting Pokemon to take a look at. And we're going to have a very interesting team here as well. We're going to have a team with the Dachsbun in the lead, which is going to be our main answer to Steel as well as Poison type Pokemon that you don't want to have against our Fairy type Pokemon that we have in the back. We're going to have the Azumarill as well as Aesop, which is going to be great to bait out potentially something like Clodsire. And just generally speaking, being a very neutral Fairy type Pokemon that can bait out Pokemon that are going to be good against Fairy types and still kind of punish them with Ice Beam as well as Play Rough and just the pure bulk that we have with this one. And so what we're going to see here as well, we're going to have the Dachsbun as our closer, and we kind of want to keep shields for this Pokemon. If you wonder why this video is also that late, I'm sorry about this one. I actually recorded the entire video before already, just to realize I forgot to record my audio at the same time. This is, I think, one of the first times this actually ever happened to me, and I'm over 2,000 videos in on YouTube, so yeah, good job me. But stuff like this happens as well, so like this took a little bit, generally speaking. I had to still do the battles with this team, but I also kind of would like to hear some ideas from you guys. What should I showcase next? If there like a theme team that you would like to see as well, leave it down below. Would really appreciate this as well. Here we're going to have a little bit of a, actually not really toxic team. I wouldn't say this is a toxic team. This is like kind of the way of using just a Charmer in a very normal ABB style line without having really toxic Pokemon here. Like Dachsbun as a toxic Pokemon would be kind of definitely not correct. Same goes for the Azumarill. Those Pokemon are bulky, but they also are not toxic. Like toxic is something that just basically mainly relies on fast move pressure, like Bastion and like Victory Bell. Honestly, Victory Bell would be a Pokemon I kind of would like to take a look at again as well. I don't think it's a good Pokemon currently, but maybe it has some potential. I'm not too sure. But then again, there's going to be a video hopefully later on as well, which is going to be not battle related. I hope I can do this. And also tomorrow we're going to have the top teams hopefully for the Love Cup, which I cannot take a look at yet because currently the PA Poker rankings are not out. Love Cup only allows you, I think, red and pink Pokemon. So that's going to be very interesting as well. There's like a Poker Dex tag for that one. So we have to see which new Pokemon are going to be available for that one as well. But yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see what Love Cup is going to look like. But I'm going to try to do my best to make a video towards that one tomorrow, and I hope that we're going to have here soon that as well. That we're going to have the rankings from PA Poke. But anyway, there's going to be a lot coming on this channel here. If you enjoy this type of videos, then I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like. Also, leave a like for Dachsbun. This Pokemon is absolutely amazing. It's also very, very good that we have with Dachsbun basically the pure Fairy typing on this Pokemon. This allows us to resist fighting type moves, which is really, really good. As, for example, Annihilate is great for Weekly Tough, but if Annihilate has close combat and gets to that one, Weekly Tough is going to be gone. This Pokemon here is never going to be gone. Like literally, like Dachsbun is going to be able to just always, it can survive basically any kind of hit of Primeape or Annihilate. But to be fair, Primeape is gone. Like Primeape is absolutely gone. I don't really know why. Like everybody's just using Annihilate like this opponent as well. Primeape completely vanished recently. So anyway, you're gonna see here Annihilate against us again. We're going to have the Aesop straight away off Azumarill. Let's see on how we can still play this one out. I hope that they don't have a hard answer in the back, but it's going to be the Sand Slash. But to be fair, it's not even the worst matchup ever, because what we have here, which is our advantage at least, is the energy advantage. But also, the opponent is not going to do as much damage because their fast move is just neutral and non-stab. So like Shadow Claw is great for them in this position because it's better than Powder Snow, but it's also not the greatest move ever. And so, as we will see here, the opponent is going to be able to get us kind of low, but I can still at least go into my Dachsbun here, get some extra energy. They swap out into their own one, but I kind of want to get rid of the opponent's shields. This is my main idea here, but I'm not too sure. I'm wondering what they have in the back here at this point. I thought maybe it could be a Dugong, it could be a Dachsbun as well. Something like this is going to be very likely in the back, and I just hope that my Dachsbun is going to have enough of a neutral time here to win us this battle, but I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to do this. But as we will see here, we're going to be able to go for a shield. It's going to have the Rage Fist against us, and we can go for the full farm down as well. As we see the Dachsbun coming in, we're going to try our best to go for a Psychic Fangs plus later on a Play Rough. But as we'll see here, the opponent is going to very likely swap out soon as well, trying to catch a move. It's going to be the Sand Slash coming in. I get some extra energy, I can catch the move, but it's still not going to be over. We still have to fully farm them down and hope that I can go for a Psychic Fangs plus a Play Rough. but I don't think this would be even enough energy. I sadly get the quick attack through. A lot of times opponents kind of deny me currently when they go for charge moves, but I wasn't able to do it for the opponent, so sadly going to lose this battle. But it's okay, it was still a close one, it was kind of a wall there as well, but let's take a look into what the next opponent is gonna do. We're going to have here the opponent, having to take a Scorching Sands. It's going to drop the opponent's attack from the Azumarill, and what you usually would like to do as a Dachsbun against Azumarill for this team, by the way, just generally speaking, I don't play it perfectly here, is you should go ahead, go for 1 Scorching Sand basically straight away when you get it. This is after 7 fast moves, which gives you the perfect fast move alignment as well. After 7 fast moves, the opponent would be in theory already in Ice Beam, but then you rather want to go for 1 extra one and then swap out into your own Azumarill, because a lot of opponents are just going to go for 1 extra fast move there, just to have the perfect fast move alignment for themselves again. And then you're going to be able to catch the move quite a bit easier on the Azumarill, and usually gonna get away with like 1 fast move still on the Dachsbun while getting the opponent's Azumarill kind of low, which helps out your backline, so that's the ideal way of playing it. I didn't really play it ideally there as well. If you want to go for the safe play, just go for the Scorching Sand and swap out immediately afterwards. Both of them are going to be okay. I feel like the 1 quick attack usually helps out a bit though. But yeah, we're going to have Annihilate against us here. We can go for the full farm now before they can go for 2 Rage Twists, which is the usual experience with this Pokemon. And here we're gonna see as well, we're gonna be able to go for another Psychic Fangs against the opponent, trying to fully farm them down, but they sadly decide to forfeit. Next up, we're going to have Dugong against us, and we're going to try our best to do our best with Scorching Sand. Kind of similar to what you do with Azumarill, you go ahead and go for Scorching Sand basically immediately. We're going to go for 1 more fast move, then swap out, catch the move, and this is perfectly played here, as we're going to be able to go ahead and see the Charge Up coming in. That is quite interesting. So let's see on how this is going to go. We're going to be able to go for another Play Rough against the opponent here. This is going to be doing some solid damage, honestly. I didn't really expect that it would do that much. And I might be even able to reach another one, as a Discharge is not going to be enough to knock us out yet. And yes, we can still go for another Play Rough, which is going to be great for us, as we will see here the Play Rough getting a lot of damage onto them. We can go back into our Dachsbun. We're going to be able to go for the full farm down there as well soon. And we should be in a very okay spot here, as we'll see. The opponent is going to go into the Dugong again. We can go for another Scorching Sand. And this is just going to allow us to go ahead and get some nice damage onto them, while getting even a free Charm in as well, which is going to be great for us. So, next up, the opponent is going to be able to, just let the Dugong go down. They sadly have the Azumarill though in the back, which is going to make it a little bit more awkward, as now we have the Psychic Fangs coming in. It's gonna drop the opponent's defense here, but we sadly have still the attack drop on ourselves, which is not ideal. And so with this, the opponent is gonna be able to go ahead and not gonna have the greatest time here for us. We have the opponent going into the Azumarill, and as we will see as well, here we have the Psychic Fangs coming in. But we just, generally speaking, are not in the greatest spot. We're gonna swap out into the Dachsbun, and at this point I have to decide to go for the bait here. Actually, the bait is kind of important. And as we're gonna see here, we're gonna have the opponent going for the knockout, which is okay. We're gonna see here the Ice Beam connecting against us, and we have now the Dachsbun coming back in, but sadly they're gonna still get another Ice Beam, and with this we're gonna lose this battle, and we're gonna move on to the next opponent. Wiggles in the lead. We have an ABB style line, so what we kind of want to do here, especially in like a neutral lead, is you're gonna want to stay in for a little bit. You want to stay in and go for 1 charge move here at least, and as we will see, we're gonna be able to still swap out onto the Icy Wind. If you know the counts, Icy Wind takes exactly 8 fast moves, 8 charms to get there, so it was something that we can kind of easily calculate as well on how long we have to stay in there, and that worked out really, really well for us. And as we'll see as well, the opponent's gonna catch the move onto their Drift so we're both gonna catch, but this is actually kind of okay for us, because what this allows us to do is we are just gonna be able to go ahead and go for a big Ice Beam again, get the shield from them, and now their shield's down. And I thought at this point I should have been able to just win that matchup now, but as you will see, the Shadow Ball is coming in there. I thought it was just the Icy Wind that would be coming through from the opponent, but I was wrong with that one, and that is okay. We're gonna see here the opponent is going to go ahead and go for the Icy Wind. Now we're gonna go ahead and go into our Dachsbun, go for the full farm down, and they swap out into the Marowak. And this looks like a matchup where I hope that Dachsbun is just going to be able to finish up this battle for us, as we'll see the defense drop onto the opponent, the Charm sneaks through, and I think at this point we should be in a position, hopefully, where there's not really a lot that the opponent can do here. And I think that is exactly the case here right now as well. There's going to be the opponent going into the Wigglytuff. They can still go for another charge move here, but we still have our Diggersby. So I'm like not too worried at all. And we should be in a very, very okay spot. As we'll see here, the opponent is gonna swap out trying to catch the move. It does not work out at all. And with this, we're gonna be totally okay here. As the Earthquake, the Scorching Sun's coming in there, we're gonna be able to knock them out. Next up, well, let's see what we're gonna have here. We're going to have the Azumarill against us in the lead. And again, you kind of want to go for 7 fast moves, go straight for the Scorching Sand and see where this game is gonna bring you. As you will see, we're gonna get the attack drop, we stay in for a little bit too long, but then we're gonna try to catch the move, which does kind of work out. I don't know why they went for the move here, but it's going to be great for us that they did, because as we will see here, we're going to have now the scenario where we're gonna be able to just, yeah, go for the play rough. This is gonna be fine. And we have now the opponent going into the Drapion. Drapion is such a weird matchup, I feel like, against the Azumarill, because the charge moves are all resisted, while the fast moves are not. And so, yeah, like the fast move is super effective and also does quite a lot of damage. Honestly, I feel like Poison Sting buff, I don't know if it was really needed for Drapion. Like, Drapion seems to be a bit too good right now. But as you'll see here, the opponent is gonna now have their Azumarill still against us. We can go into our Dachsbun, get the KO against them, and with this, we're gonna be totally fine. We will see here that we have still the Psychic Fangs soon coming in. But they're gonna swap onto the Dunsparce anyway. And that's gonna be great for us because Dunsparce is gonna take this hit. They're gonna get the defense dropped, but also it's gonna allow us to put them into range for just 1 Scorching Sand from the Diggersby. And this is such an important matchup for us because, yeah, a Scorching Sand here is going to get through and gets there kind of fast with it. We're gonna get them sooner or later into Fire Punch range. And this is like the one thing that I feel like is going to be super nice here. Fire Punch range is something that is just gonna work out really, really well for us. We have the Scorching Sun coming in again, and they swap out into the Azumarill. And let's see on how this is gonna go here. Ice Beam is coming through. We're gonna go for the full farm down with our Dachsbun. We have a ton of energy. We still survive a hit here. There's no way that the Azumarill can knock us out. It's going to be the Ice Beam. And in comes again the Dunsparce. We can get them lower. It's a CMP tie, which is even better for us. The CMP tie is actually really, really good for us. And the defense drop is coming through. We have here the Drill Run coming in. It's not going to do enough damage to knock us out. We can go for nearly the full farm down here. They have some energy, but we should be able to just quick attack them down at this point. I can take the hit, and I think after this hit, they're going to go down basically straight away. And this is looking really, really good for us. And the opponent decides to, yeah, just go down there. Golurk is not a great matchup. We swap out straight away, and again, like Drapion is such a weird matchup for Azumarill. A lot of times I go for play rough, but a lot of times I just see a shield straight away from the opponent. And so what I'm going to do this time around is I'm going to decide to go for the Ice Beam just to play it a little bit safer. And this was completely the wrong idea because if I went for play rough, I would have put them into farm down range. But I didn't, and that is not good for me, and this is definitely not good for me. So yeah, we will see here that we can still go for another Ice Beam. That is great, isn't it? So, Ice Beam coming through, getting the shield. I can swap it into the Diggersby, but I have to take some super effective hits here, which I don't think is gonna be a great thing for us. We have the Dewon coming in. We can go for the Scorching Sands here. I guess it's gonna be fine. And this is gonna get them at least a little bit lower. But it is not gonna work out too well for us yet. They're gonna still get to another charge move. I'm gonna have to use a shield. I still want to get them a little bit lower, so I'm gonna go for another Scorching Sands against them. And let's see on how this is gonna go. Scorching Sand is coming through here, and it's gonna allow us to swap into the Azumarill. They overfarm by quite a bit. Well played there from the opponent. They are going to be able to knock us out here with a Drill Run for sure. And now it depends on if our Dachsbun can win us this battle. Let's see on what Dachsbun is going to be able to do here. We have the opponent going into the Golurk again. We can try our best. We can use a shield here, go for the debuffing Psychic Fangs against them. And hopefully it's going to put them into Fire Punch range for our other Pokemon. Let's see if this is going to work out for us at all. I'm not too sure, but we will find out very, very shortly. It's going to be the Fire Punch coming through here, going to get the KO. And with this, let's see if we're going to be able to do anything here at all. We will see the Drapion coming in. We can go for the full farm run against the Dewgong. They're going to go for the knockout here, but we still have another Pokemon left. And this is looking really, really good for us. And as we will see here, the farm run is going to happen, and we're going to be able to win the second to last battle. Moving on to the last one. we're going to have the Azurmal here. The Azurmal is going to be interesting. We're going to get out another charge move here with our Diggersby, and this is going to allow us to drop them kind of low. We have here the opponent going for another charge move. Player is coming through, not doing that much damage. We're in a very, very solid spot here. I definitely think we're going to be in a spot that we should be able to win with. And we can see here as well that the player is going to now connect. And with this, we're going to have here another player of landing from ourselves. And this is looking perfect for us. As you will see here, the Drapion coming in. They're going to be able to maybe actually not even knock me out here. Everything is going to be resisted. I think even a Cruncher still should be able to survive. And we do. And with that, a player is going to connect here. And that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. It's going to allow us to get the shield. We can go back into our Diggersby. I can take a hit from them. It's an awkward here. It's going to need a two-shot us here. That's the main reason, by the way, why Drapion is so strong. Is the awkward here, actually. Which maybe they nerf. Could. But I don't think that actually would really work for too much for it. I actually don't know how to balance Drapion, I have to say. I feel like actually for Drapion, while nerfing is always like a more easier way of doing things, I feel like it is the best idea to just go ahead and basically buff Pokemon that are really good against it. Like Pokemon that can resist all of the hits, for example, Poliwrath. Give it maybe Whirlpool as a fast move, make it strong there. Because all the charge moves are resisted on this Pokemon. But yeah, it needs kind of a different kind of moveset at least. So would be kind of cool to see some kind of buff towards those Pokemon again. But yeah, there's definitely a list of moves that I would like to see in the game. I might even make a video towards it as well again. But a Whirlpool maybe would be one as like a water type fast move that does some sort of damage but also generates energy. Kind of similar to what like Astonish would do. But as you can see here, we were in the last battle as well. This team is amazing. Like if you want to have a climbing team, this was a team that I can definitely recommend you. Well, that's also going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like and I will see you then. Bye bye.